Hi guys, Nick from HiFi Collective here. Today we're going to talk about a product that we have been selling for a long time, plus a new integrated board that you can connect up to give you control on your inputs. It's a selector input board. So this is a test rig of the remote control board. So effectively you just get the board there. This is just used to connect to the volume pot and obviously your power supply in. So this board does need a wall wart, 9 volts DC supply around that to power. Batteries tend to last about 2 hours before they're drained, so pretty uneconomic way of running these. So this board can be used to control the volume of motorised Alps, which is what we have here, and also the motorised TKD 2CP 2511s. The TKDs are a better pot, but for this purposes now we're just going to wire it up to the Alps. So I'm going to put a knob on it so you can actually see the rotation, how it works. These are just knobs we use for doing lots of bits and bobs, so they're a bit scuffed. Obviously you've got your inputs, outputs here, the stereo, and then at the back you've got your supply to the motor. So just use crop clips here, which you just latch on. And then the power supply, which pops in here. So one thing you kind of know when you turn it on, I'm going to do it again now, just so you know things are behaving. Right, if you quietly listen, as I put the power in, you'll hear a click. You ready? Click. Okay, so that's all powered up. We use this remote. So we sell these for about £12. They're very simple. Basically you have to we program it for you, but I'm going to go through the routine just in case you need to reprogram it. You put your batteries in, pretty self-explanatory, like this. Seal it up. You press your on, off and mute at the same time, quickly, and you'll see the LED stays on. So that's stayed on. And now you put the code in, because obviously this is a programmable remote, and the code for this is 0513. So once I put that in, the LED should blink 3 times. So 0513, and blinkety blink blink. So 3 blinks there. So here you have your infrared receiver here. Now this is obviously soldered into the board. Sometimes you can extend these on bits of 3 lengths of wire. Obviously you have to make sure you get the orientation right. So say if you've got this within your case, and then you need to get your receiver up front so that the remote control can actually see what information is being sent to it. But for today it's just sat there. So there's your volume, up and down, and then so up. You can see it moving the knob, down. So it's programmed to run at a certain speed, back and forth, bada bing. So that's how I set up the remote control. There are other ways of doing things with these jumpers, but you can read more about that on the site. I mean, but generally, it's a remote control for your volume. That's all I want it to do. If you've wired the motor the wrong way around, I'll show you what happens. So I'm going to swap these round. So basically turn them around. Common mistake when people wire these up, and you only kind of know until you've wired them which way round they go. So when I press it up now, the volume goes down. When I press minus, volume goes up. So effectively I've got the motors connected the wrong way around, so I disconnect those. And then there you go. years ago when we released this, we said we were going to come up with a board that you can wire up to all your various RCA inputs. So you can select the input you want. We've finally done it, and here she is. This is the prototype, so it's going to be very similar to the one that you're going to get. We're going to have this ready before Christmas. We've ordered all the PCBs and bits, so it's just about assembling it. We would provide it to you already assembled. There's too many things that could go wrong really for it to be a kit. Basically destroying the chips with static is always a common problem. So you can see here on the board, you've got all your ins. So it's the ident says in 1R, in 1L. So obviously that's your input for your right channel, your first input for your left channel, and then it goes in 2R, in 2L, and it goes all the way to 5. So you've got 5 inputs effectively, and then you've got your outputs there, output left, output right. So there you go. So you can see that these are your earths as well as you're going along, which are all connected together. So there's your earth thing. So obviously you've got your RCA socket has signal out, and then your earth as well. So you're just wiring it onto there. So that's the board. The board comes with a figure 8 display, which is pretty cool. We'll wire it up in a minute. And also an encoder, which obviously just turns round, around, and around. But it gives you manual control of what you're doing as well. So these are all connected up with these connectors here. So this is the piece that connects up. I'll pull the volume out. Sorry, the signal. So this basically attaches to the remote control board like that. That's done. Oops, the daisy goes out of the way. I'm going to put a knob on this just so you can see it moving. Well, see that I'm moving it. Because this doesn't have a motor attached to it, so it will never turn when you adjust your selection. Obviously that turns around quite nicely there. So, put in the power. See, double whammy click. Did you hear that? So there's your display, and it's showing input 1, and then input 2, input 3, input 4, input 5. There you go. That clicking is the relays. These 5 boxes here are the relays, and that's what you're hearing clicking. Alright, so that's how that is. So with your with your remote control, you obviously got your up and down on your volume, as you can see there. But then you've got your channel P, up and down. So there's your display. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So really simple board, and it's gonna be pretty cool. You're gonna have to put it in your own box. We haven't got a chassis sorted out, but you guys are building all sorts of things, so I'm sure you can cope with that. Probably a tricky part might well be the display of this. You'd have to do a rectangle kind of hole. You'd have to use standoffs, unless you wanted this sticking through the chassis, which you probably don't. This will be easily mounted because you can see. Let's take this off. Basically it's bush, so it's just a hole in the front chassis. Like that. And just tighten that up and then you're away. That's it! So look out for this, guys. We'll put it on the site when it's all done. Thank you very much.